Okay, fourth graders, today is Tuesday, November 19th, and we're going to again combine two lessons today, Module 3, Lesson 20 and 21, because they're both about the same thing. And we're going to look closer at area models today and see how we can use area models to help us model and solve division problems. Go ahead and draw a quick area model here. You can see we have a rectangle, as we always do for area models. And one length is 12 units, and one length is 4 units. And in the middle, it says 48. I'm just going to tell you it's 48 square units. What division problem is modeled by this area model? Everyone? 48 divided by 4 equals? 12. Is that the only division problem that could be modeled by this? No. We could also say 48 divided by 12 equals? 4. Okay, good. What fact family are we seeing here? 4 times 12 equals 48, right? So the division problem that we're seeing is 48. Oh my gosh. My pen is not cooperating. Okay, 48. Oh, still not cooperating. Good. Okay, here we go. 48 divided by 4 equals 12. Or 48 divided by 12 equals 4. We could switch them. Now, take a look at this version of the same area model. What do you notice is the same and or different? Go ahead and talk at your table groups. I heard you guys say it right away. I basically broke it up into two smaller rectangles, right? Here's one rectangle, and the division equation here is 40 divided by 4 equals what? 10. Good. And then I had this rectangle over here, and this division equation is 8 divided by 4 equals 2. And you know how our quotient before was 12? Well, if I add up the quotient for this red part and the quotient for the blue part, 10 plus 2 is 12. That's like taking 48, which is our, what part of our division equation is 48, by the way? Everyone? The whole. It's like taking our whole and breaking it up into two parts. It's called a number bond. Everyone say number bond. Number bond. A number bond is when you take a number and you break it up into two smaller parts. We're dividing it into one part that's 40 and one part that's 8. Because I know in my head that 40 divided by 4 is 10 and 8 divided by 4 is 2. So that's easier for me than thinking 48 divided by 4. Okay, does that make sense? So to find my total quotient, I could find the quotient for 40 divided by 4, which is 10, and add that to the other part of my number bond, which is 8 divided by 4, which is 2. So my total quotient is 12. Let's take that learning and apply it to this situation. We have 96 divided by 4. Okay, how can that's the same as if I took a rectangle and know that the area is 96, right? By the way, what is our whole? 96. So it's like our whole is 96. What's our divisor? 4. And my quotient, we don't know. It's going to be whatever length that is. So in order to find that length, I would have to do 96 divided by 4. But that's not super easy. How can I use what I know about math facts to decompose? Decompose means to break it up into two different parts. How can I break up 96 into two different parts in order to make the problem easier? What would one part be? What about 80? Is 80 easily divisible by 4? Yeah. Yeah. So if I took a number bond and I had 96 and one side was 80, what would the other side have to be? Everyone? 16. Oh, and what I love about 16 is it's also so easy to divide by 4, right? So in order to find this length right here, I would have to do 80 divided by 4. What is 80 divided by 4? 20, which means this length right here must be 20. Because I know that 80 divided by 4 equals 20. Now, how can I find this length right here? Varshini? I have to do 16 divided by 4, which is 4. So that means that that must be 4. So it's because over here, 16 divided by 4 equals 4. So then, if I wanted to find this entire length, what would I need to do? I have to add 20 plus 4, which is? So what is the quotient? 96 divided by 4 must be equal to? 24. We can see how we can use the standard algorithm to show the division. We can show how we can use an area model to show the division. And we can show how we can use a number bond to show the same division problem. You need to be able to do it these 3 different ways.